Greetings, Soulswind here and welcome to Let's Play Infinifactory. We're now at resource site 902.42 and the puzzle name is called Meat Product Type 57. We're now making food. But warning, if you are averse towards anything that's grotesque or disgusting or repulsive or basically something that's a little morbid, please stop watching this episode right now. Because what's coming up next is a little bit morbid and repulsive. Alright, we're supposed to produce meat and this is how it looks like. Okay, let's just take a quick look. We need 50 of these because it's like 10 per station, and I'm gonna show you in detail what those things are later. Firstly, what is the source of the meat? We see some mole exits or entrances over here, and this is my solution. I think I've already optimized this solution, so you can see that the blocks are minimal. The footprint is generally minimal as well, because I'll talk about it. Anyway, this is like minimal blocks already. I tried to keep it down to the minimum, like that. And of course here we cannot omit or we cannot avoid like these conveyor belts because it's like one block each, so we need this, and that's fine. And we want to optimize the cycle as well. So anyway, let's begin. These things. Oops. Okay, this is how it looks like. And when it passes through the machines over here, it gets cooked and packed into basically food. Like here, you can see through here. Okay, anyways, now if you don't channel them, they're gonna run amok and they're gonna drop down, so your footprint score will be disastrous. This is the only way to reduce the footprint, by using footprint proactively. Basically all of these are footprint, because if you use like conveyor belts, yes, you can channel them, but the thing is that they are autonomous, they move by themselves. So if you don't channel them, they're going to go amok and run astray, and that's not what you want. You don't want anything to escape because it's gonna increase the footprint score. Basically reduce the score by increasing the number. Well, anyway, you get what I mean. So we need to also lift them up over here while also channeling them, so that you know your block score is lower, your cycle score is also as optimized as possible. Of course you can use conveyor belts throughout, like these over here and here, but it's not really necessary because this pusher will generally push them forward, and at corners you want to direct them so that they don't get stuck in the corners, but generally if you move them along, they should get here pretty quickly without the use of too many conveyor belts. So let's see. Unpause. So this is how it looks like. Of course, every attempt you've got different cycles, because if you happen to get better with your RNG, then they'll not move backwards, and therefore you'll be able to just get them in there sooner. Like here, sometimes they move backwards like that, you know. Yeah, that's when you get lesser input over here. Okay, like they're just stuck here. That's why I'm also having these things to block, but these things do not contribute to any more footprint or blocks. So when they're being moved upwards, you see this? Sometimes they want to go back. That's when, you see? You need multiple pushes on the pusher. And that's all cycle score. So if you actually get them here, you have to let them walk in. You can use like conveyor belts to move them sooner, but it really doesn't help much. So anyway, this is where it gets pushed along like that. So you have some extra blocks over here in the middle, extra products over here in the middle. And now for something grotesque, okay? We're gonna watch what happens in here. Basically, it gets disintegrated, so yeah, kind of not too gory. And also, here, that's the head, that's the arm, and that's the leg. So basically, they weren't like cut up or anything, they were just like frozen or something and whatnot. Ugh, you can never unsee this now. But anyway, yeah. So generally, your cycle scores will differ each round because of the randomness of these movements. But they should not be too far off. There. So basically, the now is this one, 198. Footprint score is now 198. How did I have better footprint score though? Anyways, block score is 58 now. I had better scores too. How did I manage that? Oh, anyways, cycle score is 276. That was the best, but now it's 403. So let's try some optimization. This is already optimized. I don't know how I was able to get some of these probably differing ones. Like basically this is the average. Like, you know, it's all not the best. Like that. But generally you get better cycle scores just by changing everything to conveyor belts. So let's see. Oh yes, block score better by replacing all of these conveyor belts to blocks. So I'm gonna meet you back here in a while because the game allows you to copy a solution so that, you know, I can keep the original intact. Let's make the modifications so we can improve the cycle scores by changing everything to conveyor belts. So that's the first thing we want to do. Make sure that the directions are correct. Like this. So this will improve the cycle score, but reduce the block score drastically. But it's gonna be faster. We cannot change the input rate, I think, and yeah, sometimes this can happen. So that's where you get extra footprint score. I think extra numbers in the footprint because of that. So let's make sure that they don't, right? Because this is not gonna affect anything. So let's do that. Let's add some more. This is not gonna change anything in terms of block score or footprint, so it's okay. So now with all that, okay, you see this is just gonna go in faster, much faster. Okay, we had like 408 or something, right? And the best was 273. Now it's 289. Not the best, but this is the optimal you can get. So you just have to try to play against the RNG. You see it's 281 instead of 4 something. It's now 289, sorry. 289. Of course the block score is really bad, but if you want to improve each of these individual scores, yeah, then what you have to do is basically retry it a few times. So I'm gonna let it run a few times and hopefully, you know, just sacrifice the block score, but basically have all of these like move along as quickly as possible. So this is like working at optimal speed already, and there's no like regurgitation over there. You see this? Now best at 269. So this is even better than the best, and this is actually average. So we now have 269, because of our efforts here to retry. So let's see if we can run a few more rounds and see if we can optimize this even further. From 269, it was 276, it's now 269. Let's just run maybe a couple more times. See? 272. So one more try. $265. You can inch forward a little bit on the cycle score, but unless the RNG is very favorable, it's not gonna go anywhere higher. One more thing to add on, the input rate does not affect the cycle score. Why? Because the input rate does not affect how soon these things come out of these entrances. Like, let me show you in normal speed. Okay. That is maximum input rate. How about we change it down to the minimal input rate of -10. Okay, it comes out again, it comes out again. Pretty much the same. There's not much of a difference. Now, let's prove it numerically. Let's go for the maximum input rate first. Okay, with everything, I've changed everything to conveyor belt. Alright, so we try again for a better cycle score. Alright, it's 140 now, 150, 160, 170, 200, 220, 230, 240, and 261. Now, it's even better than our best score of 265. It's 261 now. However, if we change the input rate, you can see at the bottom right hand corner, we change it to -10. Let's go. Okay, we're speeding the thing up. Okay, you see everything still comes in properly. Alright, 160 already. 200, 230, 240, 250, and 270. So it's only a difference of 9 in terms of the cycle score. That's almost impossible that that was a factor, because it wouldn't have been just 9, right? It's only a difference of 9. Let's see again. Maybe it could show us 265 or something like that. Let's run it one more time at -10 input rate. Oh, 272. Okay, it's counterproductive. Anyway, let's try one more time. Last time, alright? Hey, can you please at least cooperate with me? 274 now. Right, one more time, come on. RNG is not helping me at all. Yes, look, 264. That's why I say the input rate will not affect the cycle score. Because yes, our best is 261, but with this we get 264 cycle score. And yeah, it's just a 3 cycle difference, with the input rate of -10 to max being like what, 12 or 13? Like 12 or 13 in terms of difference. This is only 3. That's not possible to be affected by the input rate. Anyway, while I was trying to get the RNG to work in my favor, I managed to think, and I realized I can improve the cycle score even further. Just by a little bit. Just by a little bit. Doing this. Okay, just like that. Let's see. Will that help us? Sacrificing a few block score, will that help us with the cycle score? Look. Wow. Oops. Oh. Oh my god, that's bad. Oh my god, that's bad. What? No good. It's worse, actually. How did that happen? How is that possible that it had two triggers of the sensor? Let's see. Let's see. Treat this as the optimization process, alright? How about that? Let this be the optimization process. How is that possible? Oh, because it had like multiple of those coming in. And when that happens, these things, they go out. So it's not good. Yeah. When that happens, like for example, like two of them go in here together, it sort of like basically pushes that away. Not good. Not really good. I think optimally it's still without these things, right? Or maybe just this one, just this one, just to make sure that it doesn't happen. Right, let's see. At least not have it like pushed twice. Yeah, now it's more optimal, right? Okay. So this is optimal. Now we have an improvement of cycle score to 253. Let's just run one more time. It's 262, not good. Alright, so basically that's it. So we have the best cycle score that we can get already, and that's good enough. So yeah, this is not going to give us the 10k cycles achievement. Neither would having absolutely no conveyor belts. Alright, like this. You know, like changing everything to without conveyor belts, it wouldn't really help us. Okay. So, like that, you know? Like, basically everything. Remove all conveyor belts. It wouldn't help us, like I've proven already. So, what is the right way to get 10k cycle score? I'll meet you back here in a while. This can easily give us 10,000. In fact, my cycle score was like 16,000. Okay? And we can maximize the input rate. It really doesn't matter. But we're gonna have to speed this video at a very high speed, because why? Look, they're gonna be wandering all over the place and just be like randomly raised upwards, and there are chances for them to get destroyed by these eviscerators as well. So for them to go in there and get like submitted, it's very low chance. Plus I would have them all stack all the way up to there before they get pushed inside. So it's just gonna be worse. They're gonna be stacking on the floor, and when the stack is enough, then they get pushed in there. So firstly, they're gonna have enough time to wander around and everything, and when they finally do get in, there is all these stacking involved. Like stack, 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 enough, push it in. Stack, 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 enough, push it in. So it's gonna be, yeah. But of course, the first stacking is the one that mattered. Every other stacking wouldn't have mattered, because all the other stacking basically just mattered for the very first round. And then after that, it's just like, we need 5 more, and then we can submit again. We need 5 more, and we can submit again. So that's basically it. And this is just for fun. Yeah, so basically, you see, it's 1.1k in cycles, and there is not a single submission yet. So of course the block score will be very bad here, the footprint score will be very bad here. And this part will not be fully filled because there's eviscerators. So I'm gonna keep quiet and just basically forward the entire video until you get the very high cycle score. And just gonna show you that this is possible to get the 10k cycle score. Now finally won. 1.4k cycles finally won. Okay, so now we finally have one submission at 7.8k. But what this also means is this: whenever someone wanders in there randomly, okay, that's one more field, and every 5 is one submission. 7.9k, yes indeed, but there is a risk that RNG plays with us and some of them wanders in within this period of time, which is about 2.1k, and causes some submissions just before we hit our 10k cycle score. So having all these things help a bit by delaying some more of these packages over here. Like, it's a delay of about 5 times 4 plus 4 more, so it's about 24 packages. So let's make a rough guess. I would say it's still around 16 to 17k. I think it was 16.8 the previous time, so probably 17k would be a safe estimate for completing this solution. So it's 3 more to go. Yeah, look, 17.8k cycle score, footprint 788 as per the defined one, and block score is 296. Subversive engineering, the achievement, 10k cycles. You need to complete the puzzle, not just achieve. You need to complete the puzzle for a 10k cycle score. So the risk is that you may be able to say, okay, this is really long, but it may not hit 10k because there's always this RNG. The solution here, and of course there's probably a lot of variations for this solution. You can, like, you know, build it differently and whatnot. And like I said, you may even try to use channels and all that stuff to just guide them along to guarantee a slightly shorter but still 10k cycle score, depending on how these solutions can be built. But basically this one right here that I built will guarantee a very safe 10k cycles, and you can just walk away, change your key assignment on your keyboard to something else in the corner so that you can use a board or something heavy to press on the key while you just go away. I mean, the key for forwarding the puzzle, like, you know, speed up the puzzle. Yeah. So basically this is it, and you will get the 10k cycle score when you return to your computer. And yes, so that's it. Don't worry, you're not gonna be like me and sit through the entire thing, the 17.8k, that was a long time. So anyway, that was this puzzle, meat product type 57, and yeah, that was a long time, oh no. And we're just gonna hide in this corner and look out to the scenery, and I'll see you back here for another puzzle. Let me know what you think about this puzzle. Otherwise, that's all I have for now. Have a nice day.